like that, we're on to week 2, huh? Happens fast. So a lot of things we can get better at. But overall, it's good to see where we're at as a football team and as an offense. And so get some of those mistakes corrected and address some of our weaknesses and continue to improve on our strengths. So any questions?
As not just offensive coordinator, but also quarterbacks coach, just how do you evaluate Mike's performance, maybe some of the reads he made? I know Coach Allen said kind of in the moment it felt like maybe he was going through his progressions a little bit quickly, and also his ability, especially in the second half, to really kind of ramp up his ground game impact.
Yeah, no, good question. He did a lot of things early just to try to get him comfortable, get some easy first drive completions, get the ball out quick. And he did a really nice job, was accurate there, made good decisions, because it isn't all just about designing a play that goes to a specific guy. There's still a lot of reads that were involved with it. Loved the way he threw the deep ball in the second drive, put it on the money, corner blitz, great pickup by Stevie Scott. O-line did a nice job all the way across the board, and Nick finishing it off. So as the game went on, I continued to stress to Mike, when he was on the sideline, it's that 1-0 mindset that we've been preaching, and when it's bad, that's kind of what you think about the adversity and the response. But actually things were pretty good for him early on, and so keeping the pedal down, enjoying the moment, but refocusing on the next drive and the next play is really what I was preaching as 1-0, in a response to positive plays. And so we ran into a little lull there in the second quarter with a couple drives, a couple picks. One was definitely a forced ball. Mike would be the first to say that. One he's going to learn from. But, the other one, just receiver stumbles a little bit. And what I liked was Mike was actually throwing on time. Now he just has to have a sense of things aren't quite right with the way that route's usually run. Maybe have to clutch it a second just to let things regroup with the way the route was being run by the receiver. He threw on time and threw it where it needed to be. It's just that we weren't there. So as the game went on, there were a couple times in the third quarter where he wasn't getting through his entire progression like he was even early in the game. But it's stuff that he's going to learn from. He knows those concepts, and he's shown it over and over again throughout fall camp that he has that ability, and certainly great for him to see on film, those situations and improve on them. And there'll be new situations that come up in the next game, and just kind of building that database and that just kind of experience, within. I was really pleased with the way he operated in our 2-minute drill. We're on our own 10-yard line with a minute to go. A lot of times people might just take a knee, and he did a nice job getting us out of our own end zone. And, as we started moving out, he started taking those throws down the field, and guys made plays for him and we protected well. So I was really happy with the management there. Minute 11 on our own 10, and honestly, we had a shot in the end zone that I thought we could have pretty much completed there when they jumped off sides. And so gave ourselves a chance, got 3 points there, turned around quickly in the third quarter, got 7 more. So it went from a 3-point game to a 13-point game without their offense even stepping on the field. So I was really pleased with that.
Yeah, Coach, what did you like with from Hendershot, and then what kind of potential does he have?
Yeah, I really he played the best that I have seen him through the spring and the fall on Saturday. I was super excited the way he played. He played a lot of plays and just kept coming back for more. There's a specific one I remember, a catch on a vertical seam. He knew he was going to get hit. It was not a high throw. The ball was where it needed to be, but it was over linebacker, so it was up higher. And he caught it, and we watched that play over and over this morning as an offensive staff to just show what tough football players do, and not just physically but mentally, because you're going to get hit. And thought he was solid in the blocking game up front, when he had to run block, and just really did a nice job. I thought both our tight ends did. Matt Bjornson in different ways played really well also.
Coach, you've been doing this for a long time, but this is obviously your first game here with these guys.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your game plan for the week and how game day execution went in regards to what it was you were trying to do.
Yeah. The game plan was probably, just a little bit of just kind of what we do in our base offense. Just go out and execute what we do well. There was a little bit around just getting Mike comfortable, a little bit around, if they make these adjustments or do these things, which they did some different things than what they had shown on film, that we had things within the game plan to be able to adjust easily. And as far as the execution of things with the staff, I thought it was great. It was great. I thought every coach had a great role in making adjustments, communication with the players on the field. It was really easy. I don't remember really any times on the headphones where I felt like there was too much chatter. There's a lot going on, but it was regimented. It was really done well. And you got a lot of experienced guys on offense that have been through this, and there wasn't highs and lows. They stayed even keeled. Just kept our guys pressing forward. At halftime, we made a few adjustments and things that actually didn't come to fruition until the fourth quarter in those later drives. And I thought it was really good foresight by our staff, especially in the run game. Small adjustments that our players adjusted to well, things that we hadn't practiced all week, but things that we had done in our install of fall camp, which just came to Mike keeping the ball on one of our zone reads there at the end and popping it down the left side. We didn't practice that play all week the way that we ran it. In fact, we didn't practice that play all week at all. And we put that little adjustment in at halftime, and those guys executed and did a great job. So I thought it went really well. We went through that yesterday afternoon as a staff, just kind of anything from pregame to, communication, anything we wanted to get better at. And there was very few things that we had to address.
The receiver drops, I don't know if you counted them on film, and how does that kind of get addressed this week?
Yeah, there's no question. We missed some opportunities, and I look at the guys that it happened to, and I believe in those guys. And so I've seen them in practice make a lot of catches, and we can maybe make the throw just a little bit better. But even that being said, the guys that are going to have those opportunities are going to make those plays. I'll just tell you, we watched a play. We had a drive in the red zone. WAP had a couple chances, and we had a 3rd and 7. We just missed, completing the ball, kind of bounces off his hands. But you watch at the end of the game, on 3rd and long, before we kick the long field goal, we run that exact same play. And WAP is covered, much better coverage on WAP than there was early in the game. And that catch was a super hard catch. He came down with it, and it gave us that distance we needed to be able to kick the field goal. And so I just thought our guys kept playing, worrying about the next play. We knew it wasn't going to be perfect, but that mindset of, I can't worry about what happened. I can only control the future. And Nick made some great plays. I know he'd be the first to say, he missed the big one, but we just talk about making the first play before he make the second. Make the easy catch. I think he was thinking about getting in the end zone, and you got to catch it first. Nick's got great hands. I've seen him be super consistent all fall camp, so I'm not too worried about that being something Nick has to deal with. So guys will learn from it. Guys will go make those plays. I know those two in particular will work extremely hard this week to make sure it doesn't happen again.
So your first game here as offensive coordinator, how comfortable were you feeling on the sidelines, and how did you think that your players were able to execute your offensive system?
Yeah, I felt really comfortable with what they were going to do. I'll be honest, the first time at a new place, there's always a little different feeling, a little bit of, what's the unexpected that I need to be ready for, and I'm just, always trying to prepare for those moments, and so thinking through a lot of situations, and but then honestly, once the game got started, once the first call's made, we're rolling, and it was just like any other game I've called. So it was, the pregame couldn't go fast enough because I just wanted the game to start, because I knew once we got to that point, I'd be feeling good.
Ball State seemed to put a lot of defenders in the box. Do you anticipate that you guys are going to have to continue to prove things through the air to push some of those defenders out, or are there things you can do to establish the run game better?
They certainly did. They found ways to get a safety, a safety who was a previous linebacker, rolling in the box and giving us different looks. And so, I thought our guys did a pretty good job of adjusting to it once they realized and we showed them what they were doing. And there were still some more opportunities where we have run pass options where we could have thrown the ball instead of run the ball. Again, that wouldn't have helped your total yards, but we wouldn't have been running into a loaded box a couple times. There wasn't very many that I felt maybe 3 or 4 situations, and some of that's on Mike just seeing the full picture and understanding things. And as the game went along, he did a nice job of figuring that out. So, but yeah, we want to get better in the run game. We want to be better than what we were, even if they are putting guys in the box. That shouldn't stop us. We got good enough offensive line. We got good enough running backs, to be able to run the ball better than we did. But they did put a lot of guys in there, which opened up our guys one-on-one on the outside a lot, and why Mike had a great day.